Hello and welcome to another live demonstration. Today I want to show you AQUA-Collage. So this is a water-based glue medium. Great thing about it is it's water soluble. So I'm going to show you a few techniques and a few uses for it. So first, one thing you can do with this is you can put it on neatly, just neat straight onto the paper. So maybe on top of a colour or a watercolour and you want to stick things on. So that can be used just as it is as a glue. So I've got some little butterflies I painted onto tissue paper. I just want to give them a bit of shape. There you go. So I've used a waterproof ink because I'm adding a wet medium, and if I'd used a water soluble ink it would have just spread. Just trying to keep some texture in the paper. So imagine I've done a watercolour base underneath that and I'm just wanting to add something as a collage. Okay, so I need to let that dry before I can apply anything more to it. You can also mix the AQUA-Collage with your watercolour. So here I've mixed up a solution, and so this is now, it's going to be a glue, so it's a coloured glue. So you can see how strong I've used alizarin crimson, which is a nice colour. What I'm going to need to do is just let that dry a little bit, and then you'll see how tacky it becomes. So what you can do is you can use this and you can apply the glue with a coloured solution. So you can see here how I can apply and add some. That was a bit of a waste of time of colouring it in as I'm colouring it over. But I just want to show you and give you ideas of how you can use this and what it's all about. Okay, so there you go. I'm adding texture with watercolour. So once that dries, I'll be able to show you, well, not dry, you get to a stage where it gets a bit sticky, so therefore you can stick things on, you can apply more things on. So I just want to add a little bit more over here, then I'll show you how sticky it gets. So I can easily mix with water. It's water mixable. So if I'm finding it a little bit too thick, too viscous, I can just water it down a little bit, and I can mix with all colours in watercolour, so it's great. So here I'm just going to use this area and leave it for a few minutes while I show you other uses. So while that's drying, I want to show you what I was looking at earlier. So what I was looking at, this is still quite wet, so I don't think I'm going to be able to use this. I was just trying little experiments. This is PVA glue, this isn't the AQUA-Collage. What I wanted to do was let's have a look and see if we can see any difference. So what's the difference with AQUA-Collage compared to PVA glue, which we know sticks things down. So I was having a little play and I was, wondering and trying. So let's see, we've got watercolour. Just want to make sure I've got neat watercolour. The reason I have 4 lots of water is if I have been mixing the PVA glue, I want to make sure I clean that in clean water and I don't contaminate my water pots. But I will make sure I'm going to keep these separate. So this is just plain neat watercolour mixed with water, and I want to apply it to the area of applied PVA glue over. So say you're using watercolour and you then want to add colour on top of. It works on some levels, but I can see resist. Let's get it a little wetter. And you can see there that using the PVA glue lightens the colour and leaves a resist. So what's the difference if you're using AQUA-Collage, it does have a little bit of resist like this, but I do feel it covers a little better, especially watercolour, so therefore you're able to use glue with watercolour. But one thing I know is because the AQUA-Collage, even once it's on and it's dried, it's water soluble. So what I can do is I can make sure I can blend. So I can, if I have got an area underneath and you find that you're getting areas which aren't as neat, or you want to blend in a bit more, because this is water soluble, what it means is I can keep moving, keep working on top of it and actually blend out. So therefore you're making a much softer line than you would do with PVA glue. So lots of benefits using that. Let's go back and see if this has had a chance to dry. Yeah, it's not quite, but I can tell you that's feeling quite sticky, which is really nice because that means I can stick and use it as an adhesive on its own. Okay. So the beauty and benefits of using AQUA-Collage are the ability to use with watercolour and to be able to mix with watercolour and having that water soluble property afterwards. So I hope you enjoyed this very short back to basic demonstration. It's all a case of finding your own uses for products. Join us on Wednesday for another live workshop with the wonderful artist Alison Board.